Hi, my name is Meg Moranis, and I am today responding to a fantastic article that was in New York Magazine, and it was a couple days ago, and it's written by Taffy, Brodesser, and Anker, and it's from August 2nd, and the title is Losing It in the Anti-Dieting Age, the Agonies of Being Overweight or Running a Diet Company in a Culture that Likes to Pretend it Only Cares About Health, Not Size. Okay, I love the second half of that title, The Anti-Dieting Age, because it would be fantastic if we were truly living in the anti-dieting age, but sadly we're not. But I want to address the points that Tammy made so beautifully when she's pointing out the inconsistencies of dieting and losing weight and keeping weight off, how that doesn't seem to be working for anybody, and how you can go to the big obesity trade show or health conferences, and you're going to be in a room full of a lot of people who really don't know the answer. And she also, in this article, it's a great article. Read it. It's long. It's comprehensive. It's a great look at what we're all struggling with these days. She talks about Weight Watchers and how they're trying to rebrand so that since people are kind of going away from the diet word, it seems to be kind of out of cachet now. Like no one wants to really say I'm dieting. You're saying, oh, I'm eating healthfully, I'm eating clean, or I'm cleansing. It's all the same thing, though, is what I want to say to you. What I want to say is that her article points out so many truths. I think at the end of her article, it seems a little hopeless. And what I want to tell you is it's absolutely not hopeless. But the huge thing that people don't get, obesity doctors, nutritionists don't get, is they keep copying dieters, successful dieters. Successful dieters are people who diet for the rest of their lives, okay? And then we see this rare breed of person who even wants to do that and go, okay, what are they doing? How are they keeping the weight off? Because so few people do. And so that we're studying the people who are a bizarre exception, who are rigid, who frequently, if you actually were in their lives, would see that they're rigid. They have a negative relationship with food. They may seem like they may seem reasonable. And I don't want to judge everybody with one fell swoop, but having been one, I can tell you that I kept my weight in check by constantly counting calories or over exercising or just always being on the verge of another diet. And even then, I would be up 10 pounds in 5 seconds and then want to come back down. Always, always, always like this. Always like this. And the only way I wasn't going huge swings was because I was so determined and I happened to be a fitness instructor. So, it was just such a high priority for me. So that is why that if you were highly motivated in that way, or if you're a paid celebrity who's getting millions of dollars to endorse a program or to be in a movie where you have to be thin. Okay, these are not reasonable things for normal people, which is everybody else. I mean, 0.0001% of people, right? So instead of studying successful dieters, let's see, who else might we want to study? How about thin people? How about people who have never dieted or who don't diet? How about people who are healthy, happy, have a good relationship with food, and are at a good weight? But I don't ever see anybody studying these people. They study dieters, and frequently many of the people offering advice are themselves heavy. So part of the message of diets are fattening, which if you're here, I give it a chance to make sense to you. What I'm suggesting you do is stop dieting. Allow your true food personality to emerge. You don't even know her or him. If you've dieted, like I dieted for 25 years, and then I stopped dieting, I worked at Nutrisystem, I knew every calorie count and everything, it never got me anywhere. All it got me was trapped. Probably like you too. And whether you're more overweight than I was or not, the misery is the same. I was miserable too because I was like, why can't I just eat normally and be a normal weight? Well, I couldn't because I was constantly in a diet mentality. And if you're in a diet mentality, your body's always on alert Your body's conserving calories, getting very thrifty, as was pointed out in the article, which was a great way to say it, and learning to conserve. That's not what you want. You want your body trusting you, not being afraid you're going to put it on a famine, signaling you when it's hungry, signaling you what you would like, what would be good for you right now, and letting you know when you've had enough. Not full. Full is your body going, whoa, whoa. You don't want to get there. You want to ride that neutral wave where you're here, you wake up and you're hungry and you eat something and you're hungry and then you eat something and you come back up to neutral or just beyond and you ride that out. You get hungry. Am I really hungry? Yep. And you bring it back up. You're not starving, eat full, starving, eat full. That is not what you want. You want to ride the wave. Ride the wave. So that is where weight loss is. That's where harmony with your body is. It's where peace is. It's where you feel trusting. There's no panic. And if I say to you, I have zero fear of ever being heavy, zero. Please believe me that I was just like you might be right now, where when I turned 40 and I'm not dying anymore, I would never have thought that those words would come out of my mouth. Getting older does not mean getting heavier. It does not. That is not a relationship that is, etched in stone. You may get a little squishier. That's okay. Most people just want to kind of, as you age, just still feel good in your clothes. But this message isn't just for any one group, old, young, obese, not obese. This message is for people who eat, and we all eat. And the message is connect eating with hunger. Normalize your relationship with food. And as you do that, you will feel your true likes will emerge, things that you didn't even know about what you actually like to eat, how you like to eat, when you like to eat. So many things that you think about how you eat are completely in a masquerade because you are judging your food personality by how you behave after you diet. But how you behave after you diet is completely wrong. That is not the real you. Dieting makes you behave a certain way. Haven't you ever come off a diet and eaten you're like, okay, I've blown it now. I'm just going to eat this whole bag of chips. But I'm telling you, if you never dieted, you wouldn't have that urge to do that. Dieting sets you up for that kind of behavior that then makes you think so negatively about yourself. Oh my God, I'm a pig. How could I eat all that? Well, no, you're not. You just freaked your body out and your body's protecting you because your body's on your side. The message here is very simple. It is listen. It's not willpower. It's listening. It's patience. It's understanding that all those voices out there at the obesity trade shows or health conferences, they don't have the answer. They're spending billions of dollars studying dieters. What diet works? What lifestyle? What colonic are we going to do next? How about studying people who are actually in a nice weight range? I hesitate saying thin because people don't like that word sometimes. When I say thin, I mean in at a size that you want to be, in your ideal weight range, in the body that you were genetically predisposed to inhabit until you went on diets and ballooned up because you were rapid rebound weight gain. That's what happens. So why aren't the scientists studying these people? And I'll tell you one fear I have. There's so few left anymore. The way I got my healthy thin mentality, it was in desperation. I said, who do I know who was a normal eater and a normal weight? And I knew one person. It was my little grandmother who was born in 1900. So back then, there were a lot of them. But as we've marched through time in the 60s and Twiggy and then Jane Fonda and then Oprah, for God's sakes, and then Oprah and then Oprah again, we feel like complete inept people regarding how and what to eat. People, nothing is fattening when you're hungry. Everything is fattening when you're not. It is not just quality of food. Quality food will make you heavy. And you know what? You actually can eat junk food and be thin. I'm not saying that's what you should do. But I'm saying it's amount of energy. It's calories. It's calories. And some calories are digested differently than others. There's nuances there. I get it. And don't come at me with the nutrition stuff. I am all for nutrition. But I'm telling you to arrive at nutrition by listening to your body. You will be shocked. I've been shocked. Now, I'm not any shocked anymore because I know, but all these years into it. But yes, my body craves kale. Absolutely, I look forward to it. Yes, my body craves Brussels sprouts. And sometimes I love Indian food with tofu in it, okay? But my body also craves ice cream and chocolate and sweets in the morning. Tons of stuff. Variety. And it's wonderful. It's life affirming. And it doesn't cripple you like a diet mentality. I know I was born with a healthy thin mentality. I know I dieted my way into a terrible diet mentality where I would binge and then have to like not eat for days or fast or whatever or over exercise, which is another huge problem, which we'll talk about. And then over a period of literally, it takes a while to get rid of that diet mentality. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give you all truth. I'll show you my journey, how I did it. I'm telling you, it takes a while. But I had nobody like me guiding me, so I'm hoping I can make it quicker for everybody else. By a long time, I mean, it took at least a year for me to believe it, to trust it, and to start feeling it. And if you go, well, I got a party in 2 weeks, go ahead and do your diet and come back when you're now lost 10 but gained back 12. That's what'll happen. That's what happens. I was a manager at Nutrisystem. Fantastic people, did exactly what we said, lost all their weight. We clapped, we applauded, they left. They came back a few months later, heavy again, and heavier, and feeling like walking like a dog with their tail between their legs. Successful, fabulous, smart, wonderful people. Shamed. It wasn't their fault. We gave them a prescription that was doomed. You do not traumatize your body and get away with it. You do not. Heal that divide. Let your body show you what you need. It's so normal. And it is the article that I mentioned earlier, I loved it. I just think that at the end I want to inject this hope, because there is hope. You do not have to say, well, I'm already heavy, so I've already ruined it. Apparently no diets work. Right, no diets work. But the way to get to your weight, the way for it just to melt off slowly over time to solve this problem once and for all, is to build your healthy thin mentality. Do the work, do the mental work. You know, I have a website, blogs, books. I got everything I can possibly put out there to help. This is my passion to help people see the light, because I know, and I get wonderful letters, emails, and I shouldn't say letters, emails, and messages and everything about how life-changing this is. And something as important as food and eating in our lives is a huge part of our lives. And if that's messed up, other things are too. And if you can get a hold of that and get your healthy thin mentality going, you will look back at the moment when you said, you know, that sounds really reasonable. And you'll go, you know, I was smart. I was smart because I realized that what we'd been doing all these years was only making it worse. There is hope. You can do this. We have a private Facebook page where people have discussions. I visit their weekly live, and you're welcome to join and ask questions. I'll answer right away. Anything I can do to help, let me know. But read that article. Again, if I can say it again, although I probably wrote it down there, Losing It in the Anti-Dieting Age. And it is by Taffy, Brodesser, and Anker. And August 2nd, 2017. Peace, love, enjoy your life, enjoy your food, listen to your body. It's smarter than all those scientists. Thanks, guys.